Hello and welcome to Reddit League Season 2. It's finally back, and we're currently in our first week, and as you can already see here, we're going to be playing North Macedonia, which is going to be interesting. I'll tell you why in a minute. Before that though, there's a couple of things I'll have to talk to you about. If you only want to see my gameplay of the actual leg, I'll put a time on screen right now to where you can skip to, but if you have a couple of minutes, please bear with me and see what I've got to tell you. First off, we're doing an esports broadcast channel for this season. It's right here, GeoGuessr Esports on YouTube. I'll link to it in the description as well. The first video is already up, which is sort of our discussion between Zotomo, me and Radox about the Reddit League as a whole. In Season 2, we'll talk about every single division, we'll talk about a couple of the players, a couple of the maps we're going to be playing. And there will be, in the future, depending on how many people actually record their legs, etc., we'll have broadcasts of some of the matches. Also, we'll have a sort of summary of each past week on as close a date as we can after the leg is over. We'll probably try to get a couple of different guests if we can. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll link you to it in the description. There you go. Now then, one rule change from the first season. If you let me quickly show you in the rules. That's not the rules. Actually, it is the rules. They're just here, hidden. There you go. Yeah, basically, this one. If you place within the top 50% of your division, if there's 10 people, if you place in the top 5, if there's 12, you place in the top 6, you get an extra point if you lose. Wait, let me read that exactly. Yeah, okay, no. I was just a bit confused by the example given here. No, you get an extra point if you lose or draw. So basically anything but a win gives you an extra point, just to sort of reward the people a bit more who played very well but got unlucky by, for example, having to play against the best player in the division on that certain seed. Just to even it out a bit more, maybe make the season even more exciting and closer. That's the only rule change though, as far as I'm aware. Unless you count some of the division changes, which aren't necessarily rules in my mind, but let's quickly talk about the divisions. Same amount of divisions in terms of levels as in Season 1, but since we've had quite a few new players, go away, we've got a split in Division 4, because 16 players would just be way too many for a division. And at the same time, the more divisions you put in, the more difficult it becomes to get up the divisions. So like if you'd start in Division 5, for example, it'd take you 4 seasons to get to Division 1. If you win every division, for example, or if you play second, you know the rules. And that might take 2 years. It might not ever happen. Who knows how Reddit League, how long that will continue. Hopefully long, but you never know. And therefore we've decided to split up Division 4 into 2 divisions. And the first place will promote from each of those 2 divisions, and 2nd to 5th of each division will play in a big playoff bracket for the 3rd promotion spot. We're again in Division 3 because we managed to, by the width of a hair, stay up last season. And there's not many familiar names to you if you've only seen the last season, because only 2 people actually stayed in this league, which is me and Porksteaks. Everyone else is either new to the Reddit League or promoted or relegated. Like G Whaler Wizard is new, Freckles is relegated, Hualva is new, Ijubag is new. MD Spaceman is promoted, M the Baseman is new, Redirect was relegated, Theos was promoted, Vakuloch was promoted, and Wolf Trekker was relegated. Still there's a couple of players here who I've never heard of, for example, these two. But there's a couple of strong players I know as well. Wolf Tracker, Redirect, Freckles, of course. Pokestakes was good last season as well. So it'll be definitely an interesting season. I'll now quickly talk about the maps before we get into the actual leg this week. We've got North Macedonia, which I'll tell you later on, just at the end before we get into the leg, more about that one. Then we've got Brazil, for which I definitely finally will have to learn the area codes, because right now my knowledge about Brazilian area codes extends as far as I know 95 is Boa Vista, and that's pretty much it. At least concerning like specific codes. I know like roughly where each code could be, but that's the only one I actually know. Then we get a rural world, which could be interesting. I don't know if that's a good map for me. It's a worldwide map, which I think I'm generally relatively good at. But if we're somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Brazil, in Indonesia, in, I don't know, Chile, Chile is probably fine, US, then it could be a big struggle. Canada as well is something I occasionally have problems with. Then we go into Kyrgyzstan, which I'm not sure if I like. There's not a lot of coverage, quite similar to North Macedonia, but I'll probably have to look at it before that specific week. I might even practice for Kyrgyzstan for 2 weeks. I might, skip out on a rural world because, we've played this map a lot of times. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Then we've got our US or Canada state, which so far hasn't been Canada. I wonder if Schmingo has just got all the 50 US states and then 7 or 8 Canadian states in a randomizer. Of course it's going to be the US state every time, at least for the foreseeable future, unless we get lucky. So yeah, last season it was Minnesota, this season it's Pennsylvania. I'm not looking forward to that one either. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's a similar size to Minnesota, but it doesn't have the county road signs to help you out, so yeah, that could be quite difficult. And I'm playing against an American, of course. Then we've got a balanced world, which is quite nice. Not much to talk about that one. Then Lesotho. Lesotho will be... I don't even know. There's barely any signs in Lesotho. It's not the biggest country, but pretty much most roads are covered. And there's just a whole lot of nothing in it. So that's going to be interesting. Sweden goes in a slightly different direction, but has about the same difficulty as Lesotho if you get unlucky, because there's also a lot of rural locations in Sweden where you've got no signs whatsoever. Or actually, that's not true. You've got lots of signs, but they're all useless because they all point to towns that are small and like a kilometer away from you, which you obviously wouldn't find on a map. Then we've got Worldwide, which is a map I've never played before. I might have to check that out and see how it differentiates itself between things like the normal world map or diverse world or balanced world, for example. Then we've got Puerto Rico, which I found quite funny considering out of all the countries it could have chosen in Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and the Americas, it chose Lesotho and Puerto Rico. Schmingo even told me that it first chose Curacao instead of Puerto Rico, but Curacao doesn't have a good map, so he randomized again and got Puerto Rico, which is kind of funny. And then we finish it off with Malaysia, which I don't dislike. I kind of like Malaysia, yeah. It can be a bit confusing with roads that go all the way throughout the country, and city names that are difficult to find, but except for that, it should be not too bad. Alright, now then, I've played, as usual, Divisions 4, 2 and 1 already. Division 4, not too bad, yeah. Found everything, 24,955. That's one of the biggest problems in Macedonia, North Macedonia. You have to be very exact to get 5,000 points. Like you can see here, it was 70 meters away roughly for all 3 of those. And I lost 15 points on average. The other problem is, if you look at things like this, there is nothing on this map. This isn't too bad because you've got a couple of curves, but yeah, how do you tell that it's here and not here? It's difficult. Stuff like this as well. Like this is a long road. There's absolutely no indication whatsoever of any sort of reference point that you could focus on and kind of guess where you are. And you barely ever get cities. I was in Tetovo here once. I think that was the only city I had in any of the three seeds. Obviously, I haven't played mine yet. And the good thing about North Macedonia is, well, it's arguable whether that's good or not, but only the main roads are covered and not even all of them. So you can see for basically everything that looks like a highway here has the potential to be covered, but a lot of them still aren't. Anything to the west of this E65 here isn't covered, so anything around here isn't covered. I think none of this is covered, although I'm not too sure. I know Kavadati isn't covered, which is a relatively big city. A lot of these small, like basically all of these small white roads aren't covered. Yeah, then I played Division 2, where I made a big mistake, which I'm still confused about, because as you can see, I was near Kumanovo. I didn't see any signs for Kumanovo. That's not entirely unusual to not see signs for the city you're in, but I saw signs for Skopje, reasonable. Sveti Nikole, kind of unusual, but okay. Especially because it was one of these signs that you usually see on the side of a road that points to a very small town, which would suggest that you're close to that, but we weren't, whatever. And to over here, one of these, either it was Kriva Palanka or it was Rankovce, I don't quite remember. And I just couldn't figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be. Went with Sveti Nikole in the end because, as I said, there was like a small sign pointing towards it, which I thought meant we were near there. We weren't. Well, not our seed, doesn't really matter too much. We got a pretty decent score on the other 4, and then I played Division 1, which went kind of alright. I mean, I'm second right now, only behind Simi. First one, yeah, I found a sign with Prilep on it way too late. Like, I had about 10 seconds left. I knew we've passed Pletvar, so if I had about, 10-15 seconds more, I probably would have found that. But I didn't. I was too slow. I was looking at information that wasn't necessarily important, and therefore I lost the time I needed. These 3 all weren't too big of an issue. And then we had that one where I found the Bulgarian border, but I wasn't quite sure if it's this one or this one down here. So I kept looking, and then I found a sign for Kriva Palanka around here. And another sign for Shidilovo. And I guessed here, I noticed last second while I was guessing, this looks more likely. Well, again, not our seed, not too much of a problem. I've got 1 minute more in my seed, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. So let's just go into it. You've been challenged by Schmingo. Alright, leg 1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Middle of nowhere. What have you got to offer to me? Yevgelia and Athena. Yevgelia is a bigger city down here. I've never heard of Athena before, but we're just going to assume we're somewhere down there. Okay, that's not important. I haven't actually properly learned Cyrillic for this because most of the signs are in Latin script as well. So I didn't think it was necessary. I'd probably just be wasting time reading signs that have no information that's important to me anyway. Yeah, so okay, that's just a hotel. That's not too important. What I'd like to find right here is a town exit sign or something similar to that. A town entry sign would be fine as well. But they can be quite hidden. They're usually there. Did I skip past one? No, I didn't. So you gotta really watch out to spot them. There's one. No, not quite, but Izvor Bogomila Mladost. Okay. I know Izvor is somewhere over there. I think. I've kind of forgotten. Damn it. Bogomila. Gevgelium Ladost. I think there. No. Okay, let's continue. There's a highway here. Veles. Are we in Veles? I mean, we could be. We could definitely be in Veles. Let me just quickly check that. Yes, we're in Veles. I was quite far away there. So we're probably in the city proper. Not quite. We've got 1.5 minutes left. Let me just quickly check out. That's Veles North. So if it's Veles North, we're over here somewhere. Probably... I don't really know. Maybe we're even up there. Actually, we're entering it from north, yeah. So we're here, presumably. Okay, screw it. We're in Veles somewhere. Surely that's enough to get closer. There's a railway track here. There's Athena and Gergevilia. There's a railway railway line. That could be it, right? Is there, if I go this, is there a Mac petrol here? There he is. Again, you can probably notice from my voice how it sounds, but again, I'm way too nervous for this. We're up here. Let me quickly check. We're beyond that split, so that should do it. 1, 2. That's the split. 3, 4. Roughly same distance. That should be fine. Yep. So I can calm down a bit. That was more difficult than I'd hoped for. I thankfully made it to a highway that told... Oh, there is where we were. Yeah, we went off there. Okay. So yeah, we got our 5k there. Okay, that doesn't look too difficult, I think. What did that sign say? Municipality of Kotsani. Municipalities in Macedonia all have a city. There it is. Well, that was lucky. Oh, it's quite big actually. And that is... I'll talk to you about that once I've figured this round out. Because I think I'll have the time. What was that sign saying? Actually, I can talk about it while I'm looking at things. Municipality of Jesinovo Oblezo. We're here. Obleshevo. I've had this round before, actually. We're just... Wait, where was the sign? Which was to the north, wasn't it? I'm not quite sure anymore. Then we enter this sort of curve. So I think we're down here, actually. This should be Obleshevo. Tskanya 0.5. Actually, this is up here. Wait a second. Actually, we're over here. If I continue going down here. Oops. This could be quite interesting. Wait, there's a railway line. Where do we cross that? Here? Yes, here. We're really close to that railway line. Slightly further. It's here. This is so... Like, this is the worst, because you zoom in and you lose all sense of how far away things are from each other. And this giant truck here doesn't help out a lot. I think we're slightly further south. If anything, maybe around here. Do I really want to count that? Sure. 1, 2. No, that doesn't help at all. I'll be at like 100 until I've reached Turkania. I think that's fine. All right, you know what? I'll leave it there. And I'll tell you a bit more about the municipalities of North Macedonia. All right, as you could see with that one, we encountered the city of Kočani. And we've encountered the municipality of Jesinovo Oblestevo, which has its main city, Jesinovo, here. And Oblestevo is here. So, I'll explain more. Let me just walk down there and confirm that there's actually Oblestevo down there. So yeah, every municipality, and there's quite a lot of them in, it is there, in North Macedonia, has its capital city, or its main city within it, as the name of the municipality, which makes searching for municipalities a lot easier. Because they're so small and there's so many of them, you also happen to come across signs that point towards you entering or exiting a municipality quite often. So they can be quite a useful clue. Usually, like in if you're in Skopje, if you're in Kumanovo, if you're in Tetovo, you'll usually find bigger clues than a municipality sign. But especially for the small ones, like Karpinci is another one, they can be very helpful. Pechevo, Delchevo, those are very useful for them. All right, time's up. Let's see. 4988. We are slightly further to the southwest. That's so difficult. The basement, going for Delchevo. Okay, right area, but not quite. Okay, we're in a bigger city that is rare to get in North Macedonia, as I've mentioned before. This reminds me of Veles, if I have to be honest. I don't quite know whether I've had this exact location before in a practice game. Potentially. I have to be honest, I don't like having city locations in North Macedonia. I don't like having city locations in general, because it can be quite difficult to figure out which city you are actually in. Especially if you just walk in circles like I am. Just get me out of here for a second. And tell me which city we're in. It is quite a big city. I'm still pretty sure it is. Yeah, that says Veles. As I said, I haven't learned Cyrillic, but there's just something has stuck with me, or some things have stuck with me over time. Definitely reading some of the bigger North Macedonian cities. Wait, does that also say? No, it doesn't say Veles. Some of the names of bigger Macedonian cities definitely have. Kumanovo is another one that I could definitely read if I spot it somewhere. But where exactly are we in Veles? Come market. What's this sort of gas station? I don't think I've seen that before. Downtown. Maybe I can find downtown. There's a Com Market. I don't know if that's the only one. I'll just keep looking for downtown for a bit. I've got almost 2 minutes left. It doesn't look like I can find it. There's a military base here. Actually, I think we might be on the main street here that goes through Veles. So let me just continue that way. This doesn't look like Main Street anymore. Yep, it stops here. Alright, you know what? Let me check out which way I have to go. Go south, east, and then north to get to Main Street. And then if I follow the main street to the east, what do I get? I get Cam Market here. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I am in Veles. I think I'm more towards the north if I had to guess. Wait a second, what is that? That's railway. Where is the railway in Veles? It's all the way over there because I don't assume... No, we're not here. I think we're here. Which would mean we're somewhere in this area. Let me see that again. This is a dead end. Yeah, we're somewhere in this area. Not quite here, I think. But we shouldn't be too far away. I think helping the railway... not helping the railway. Finding the railway helped a lot. Yeah, we were down here. I mean... not sure about that, Google. But alright. We weren't too far away. We'll take that. Okay, and there's good signs up here, I think. Skopje and Aerodrome. Could mean we're close to Skopje. Nope, we're absolutely not Skopje. Kyrgyzstan, we're close to Ohrid, if anything. Aerodrome. Airport Ohrid? Potentially, we're going to continue and see if we can find a sign that tells us which city this is. Kyrgyzstan Ohrid motorway. Yeah, that's not a surprise to me. If you would be so kind, dear North Macedonian city, there's the municipality sign. Thank you very much. Oops, I skipped past it. What does this tell me? Orovnik. Okay. Municipality of Vevjani. Up here then? Probably, wait. Where is that municipality? That's confusing me now. Vevjani. Okay. Struga, Ohrid, Bitola. What does that sign tell me? Podmolje. Okay. Yeah, we are here. That's a weird municipality sign then. It is that. Definitely. Okay, well... Wait, let me just... No, it's a weird one, but sure, we'll accept it. Don't think about it too much. There's the... or is St. Paul the Apostle Airport. Well, again, we could have had that quite a bit easier. Is there anything I can... Actually, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, was that? 10, I think, to the middle. And then there's 1, 2 on either side. And 1, 2, sort of. Okay, that's probably not particularly helpful. I think we're slightly further south. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this one. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe to this one. So there's 8 between those, and we're 5 away from the first one. Yeah, whatever. Go here. I just went slightly too far north. 4995, that's not too bad. And the last one, for a hopefully good score, if we can find enough information here. Lubinci, never heard of that. Doesn't look like an like a location that would be impossible to get good information on, though. Okay, let's continue a bit. Just more gas stations. Wait a second. What did you tell me, sign? Just a monastery, right? Monastery Saint-Troika. Okay, that's not helpful. So let's just continue on this way for a bit. Maybe I can find a town exit sign if I haven't missed it already. What was that sign that I saw there? Nothing, okay. Alright, where is this? Republic of Macedonia. Nope. Okay. Maybe I should return to start and look in the other direction. If that sign doesn't tell me anything, which it doesn't. Maybe Psara. Never heard of it. Okay, we're going the other way. This looks like a good road anyway. So let's just hope this leads us to what we need to find. For God's sake, just why are these signs all so terrible? There's nothing in here. Alright, well, I can only hope that we'll find something eventually. There was a sign there. What did it say? I don't recognize that, unfortunately. No. Come on, 1.5 minutes. It's getting close now. Tonica, that's just a river, probably. The last damn location. Kumanovo 87, okay, I can work with that. Kumanovo 87, that could probably say Kriva Palanka. It says it ends in Anka. So 87, Sacha, we've seen that. We're somewhere in between those. Alright. Don't know which direction those were. Okay. Very straight, west-east. There's a sign for a town. I don't know if I'll be able to read it. Ljubinci, exactly. Okay. Just gonna have to guess around here. I hope it's not too far off, but this is the only... Okay, yeah, Ljubinci just isn't on the map. It could have been worse. It could have been worse, but... again... I mean, everyone else didn't do too well here. What was the main issue? Round 2. Okay. Round 3. I can see that being difficult. Round 3 and round 5. Yeah, round 5 took me forever. Oops. Round 5 and round 3 again, is it? Yes. So maybe I'll still have hopes for a win. I mean, the good thing is, with that score, I know Michael is in my division. I know G Whaler Wizard is in my division. I know Axolotl is in my division. Those are already 3 people I've got behind me. So it's looking at least good for the 1 point, for the 1 extra point for finishing in the top 50%. So if I can get at least that, that would be a sort of... I wouldn't like it, but it'd be something at least. I really wanted to not mess up already on the first seed. I mean, this is not an easy location. I don't think I've seen a sign for Rankovce. I would have recognized it. I don't know if I would have found it. Probably I would have, yeah. But I must have either skipped past it or there wasn't one there. Or it was unreadable, which is always a possibility. Did I just... Wait. Let me just quickly check that out. Because, this is noticeably a border for a municipality. I mean, I found the signs I needed here anyway. Wait. No. There's no municipality sign here as far as I'm aware. Oh, that's Psacha, which I saw. And then I turned around and I went west. Would I have found a municipality sign if I had continued? At this point, I'd say probably not. Unless there's one before here that I just skipped past. Which I don't think there is. Yeah. God damn it, North Macedonia. Just place your municipality signs everywhere. And how far did I actually get? Just before the next municipality crossing. That's the problem that you get for turning around mid-game. Is that a municipality sign? No. It would have just confirmed my the suspicion I already had. And there's no municipality sign over here either. Or is there? No, there isn't. Alright, well, whatever. I did the best I could with this location, I think. Yeah. I'm not happy about it. Could have been worse. If I had about maybe 15 to 20 more seconds to judge how far it takes in each direction before we get to a turn, I would have probably placed it more towards the middle of here and not just at the end. Or if I had known that I traveled east to get to Psacha, that would have also helped. I didn't remember that. I was just in panic mode at that point. But yeah, not a perfect start to the Reddit League Season 2, but it could have been far worse. I could have not found that sign to Kriva Palanka and Kumanovo, and I could have been God knows where. And like this, I'm at least pretty sure I'll be in the top 50%. So I hope you enjoyed the start to this Reddit League Season 2. And I'll see you guys next time.